However, when a physical object is at rest next to us, it is a kind of stationary motion that takes place in a relatively small region of space. If this relative stationary motion did not exist, the object would disappear, and we would only perceive empty space in its place. This relative stationary motion that every physical object is, we can call motion through time because its displacement is maximum through time together with us while it is in the same proper rest with us. Newton thought that this motion through time was totally independent and separate from motion through space. He thought that they were two totally different things, having different origins or natures. Einstein discovered that they are interconnected, that they have the same nature, the movement. When we look at a car parked at rest relative to us, we can assume that the entire displacement of the car is maximal through time. That time for the car is passing very quickly. But if we continue on the sidewalk, looking at the car as it starts to move, time seems to pass more slowly on the clock inside the car in the exact proportion that it seems to move through space. Time seems to pass slower on the clock inside the car to someone looking at it from the sidewalk. The car moves more slowly through time in exact proportion as it increases its displacement through space. From this exact, ever-present physical proportion results the extraordinary fact, the philosopher's stone, the perfect physical fit of the whole subject upon itself. The combined speed of movement of any physical object through space and through time is always precisely equal to the speed of light. Now, if all material bodies always travel at the speed of light, matter and light are not different things in fact. It is not precisely correct to say that matter occupies a place at the space. Because its dynamic nature is always completely equivalent to the static nature of empty space, that is, because both are the same thing, it is more correct to say that matter occupies place of space. The same dynamic nature of every kind of movement, which is always completely equivalent to the static nature of empty space, makes every physical object always move at the speed of light in its motion, decomposed partly in displacement through space, and partly in displacement through time. This is undoubtedly one of the most important and valuable pieces of information about the functioning of physics. We and light have the same nature. We always move at the same speed, as we see light moving through space in our relative displacement broken down partly by space and partly by time. Having this information is critical to understanding how everything works. We owe it to Einstein to his simple and grandiose work. We, matter energy, exist because we work in exactly the same way that light works. The component particles of matter are a type of still, coiled light, which vibrates, oscillates, but manages to do so without having to flee very far away from ourselves. All the component particles of matter are forged in the heart of stars, where there is enormous pressure and enormous temperature. Discovering then that not only light, but that all movement is a relative displacement always at the speed of light through space and time, we know from the continuity of empty space that it is also equally correct to assume that nothing moves absolutely in relation to space void or in the universe, due to the complete lack of absolute references in empty space for movement in the universe. We also do not serve as absolute references for the movement. So we are not absolute references for movement. This truth, that our existence is always totally relative, equates us with space, with emptiness, with nothingness in our deeper nature. But it also allows us to be and perform wonders at the same time because we are equal to light and we can be and perform all kinds of movements. At the same time, we are not different from space, from emptiness, from nothingness in our physical existence. The situation that we can perceive as most at rest in relation to ourselves is what we conventionally call empty space. The speed of light, which is also that of matter in its combined displacement through space and time, is the maximum possible limit allowed by physics for speed through space. Just as for us, the speed of light through space is always a constant. So is the total combined speed through space and time of any physical object or material particle. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.